Welcome to the show, everybody. Another BSing episode. We were gonna do a L.I.O.N podcast today, but it's Saturday. It's hard to get shit together today. Everybody's doing their own thing, and we're having drinks and
Gots to go.
enjoying. Yeah. Anyway, what's up, Big Stackk?
What's going on? It's been a little bit.
Yeah, man. Welcome back to the shizzo. What's up, Chappy?
What up, what up?
Welcome back, brother.
Hell yeah, you good to be
man.
back.
We had a good conversation last time. That was fun.
Yeah, we knocked it out, and then like a couple days later at work, we rolled through, and you had to pick up something at work, and I was like, what's going on, man? Dude,
Yeah, that sounded like I'm picking up drugs or something, the way you said that.
You talking about the, whatever. You know what
He
we
said,
do
you
for a
couldn't pick
living.
it up. No,
Yeah.
the way you said
Come
it, that
pick
was
up
funny.
the concrete slab.
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Whatever.
The slab. That'd be a
That's-
good name for...
Allegedly. Here we go.
Allegedly.
Here we go.
In fact, I think that is a name for...
You just call it the stuff.
Come
get
the
stuff.
The stuff.
Come
That's
get
all
the
you got to
stuff.
say, man. People talk too much, especially for knowing that what Edward Snowden revealed, how they're always listening.
They would screw that up. You'd say, "Hey, come get the stuff." They'd be like, "They've apparently hijacked stuff the magic, mascot." And you're like, "Oh Lord, you people are ridiculous."
Are you here for the
No.
stuff or the things?
Yeah.
Nah, they want you to think they're stupid. They're smart. They know what the fuck they're doing. They're really smart. Bill Benny was a guy who worked for the NSA who revealed, he was a whistleblower, and he revealed that they do parallel construction where they tell the fucking FBI and the cops what their report is. So if they know about a drug dealer or something because they're listening in on your calls, they'll pass that information on and let you get your own notes and just go investigate that case. And it makes sense because if you have a system with private prisons where they get paid to keep people in jail, there's going to be some bullshit that goes around. But anyway, I thought that was interesting. That's the only thing you could really listen to today is whistleblowers anyway.
Well, what's been in the news a lot lately is that girl they're holding her in Russia for having the
Brittany Griner.
Oil. She had oil, whatever she had, some kind of weed thing. I don't know what it was.
It was a vape, right? It was one of those fucking vapes.
It was like a cartridge for the vape.
But she had more than just like a cartridge, I think.
I don't think she had a whole bunch. She just had like a few in her purse or something like that.
Well, they were talking about that something. I'm
She didn't
paraphrasing.
have like a shitload, right?
I think that's the problem. I think she had not a shitload, not like she was selling it, but she had a good amount.
Really?
I believe so.
I thought it was just she had like a few in her purse and that was it. But,
Well, a few.
But I don't know. I haven't been paying attention that close, I guess.
But there was a good tweet.
That makes more sense that they're like, fuck off than if you had a whole whatever crazy amount. I guess.
Well, there was a good tweet that I read that came out that said, what the hell is everybody up in arms about Brittany Griner in Russia when we lock up 374,000 people a year for the same thing?
Right.
So to me, that's like,
Lock them up for 18, 20 years and then legalize it in the last 3. And then when they come out, they can say, I just went away for this amount of time for stuff that's on the corners everywhere now.
exactly.
Really? Okay, cool.
Yeah. It's like you're right here, you're good. You cross this line, you could have 2 ounces, but you can't sell it. Over here, you can't smoke it. Over here, you're fucked. Over here, you're good all the way. It's like, what the fuck, man?
It is. It's
This state-to-state shit, just federally.
Well, either way, she took it into another country. I mean, that's not really a good idea.
Yeah. No. She's stupid. There's no doubt about it, dude. She deserves to be fucked up for that. Not fucked up for that, but where she's at, I mean, what are you going to do, dude? You took fucking, what's that even called? It's like oil, right? It's they're carts. They come in carts and you buy them and they're oils.
It's a vape cartridge and it's just an oil-based
THC.
It's just THC, yeah.
And you took that to Russia for what?
Yeah, especially like around. I mean, she hasn't been in there that long, so there was all the Ukraine stuff going on when it happened, right? Like it wasn't prior to that. She hasn't been over there that long, so
Correct.
So you picked a pretty bad time to even go over there in the first place.
Right. Yeah.
It's not the best time to be traveling anywhere.
Yeah. Don't they got weed in fucking Russia anyway?
I
Just
gotta
get that shit when you're there.
I gotta
Smoke.
go over to iDrive tomorrow night, and I'm acting like I'm crossing the whole country practically.
Yeah. Did she get caught at the airport?
I'm not sure. I think she went over there to play with some Russian team or something,
Right.
but I don't know if she got caught. I assume she got caught at the airport, I guess.
She definitely shouldn't be smoking weed like that. Anyway, in Russia. But yeah, it's crazy, man. The whole game and how they're just making profits. That's what it is. Biden just did 37 more billion to the police. 37 billion. They spent $2 billion on climate things that are irrelevant climate things because they're not even going to do anything. But they do 37. If that doesn't tell you what kind of situation we're in, it's turned into fascism. So you got to protect it. So you got to get the police state all militarized and done up. I mean, this is.
So what are you saying? Who did he give the money to?
To the police state, 37 billion more. I don't think he allocated.
The police state, like our military. Is that what that means?
No, military is different, man. Militaries gets like 800-900. They get like $1 trillion a year.
But what is? I mean, maybe yeah, I don't know.
Well, they allocate the money and then they figure out how much is going to who. But they're just
so they split it up between like. State police in different states.
Correct. They give some to Uvalde. New York gets a lot. Fucking all this shit. But the interesting thing that I want to focus on is why. Why are you giving all this money to cops? It's not solving crime, dude.
Because they've been militarizing the police for a long time, right?
Yes.
So they get more people and they get more military type weapons.
But Biden was just talking about during the George Floyd thing.
You can take a tank through somebody's front door, like, oh, look, you got stuff and things all over the table.
We found a roach. You're going down.
Yeah, if you got stuff and things
Civil
all over the
asset
table,
forfeiture, seize the whole house. You got a roach.
Tank through your fucking living room.
Yeah. Yeah. But the interesting thing is that he was talking. Now, I'm not for defunding the police. I believe that we need to redo the police system and make a system that works. Like, for instance, I don't feel like we should be pulling people over. I feel like we should just be sending them a ticket in the fucking mail because I caught your ass doing a 65 and a 50. And guess what? That shit arrives at your door and there's no pulling over. Right. There's no cop having to be threatened by other cars on the side of the road. There's no but here's the thing they don't want. They don't want them not interacting. They want to be able to, you been smoking marijuana? I'm going to search your car and be like, I haven't even been smoking. Like, it's the fucking, I don't know what you smelled, but,
right.
And then they do it because it's, they win every time. But that's what they don't want. They don't want the interactions. And that's what Stop and Frisk was about in New York. And so militarizing the police, I mean, what do they really need tanks? What are we trying to accomplish here?
No, they don't need tanks.
Hey, so did you hear about
what were you gonna say, though?
Did you hear about the North Carolina Police Department that did the walkout?
No. What? When did this happen?
I was looking it up. My friend told me about it, so I was looking it up to get the details. But
since we're bullshitting today, let's look at what's trending.
It was someplace in North Carolina, where they hired a black police chief, or I think it's chief.
Well, that's too close to South Carolina to do that.
Some higher position, and the whole department quit. They just walked out.
We're not going to work underneath.
Yeah, we're not working underneath this black guy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That happened the other day.
I just said it's too close to South Carolina to do that, bro. I am not bullshitting when I tell you South Carolina.
They're pretty racy there.
They're pretty racist in that motherfucking spot right there, dude.
They are.
So much so that I even have experiences there. It's fucking weird, man. They're even racist against white people. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's
people are racist against white people. It's okay to say that.
No, that's crazy though that they all walked out, huh? Interesting, man.
Well, I mean,
because he was black, or because of who he was, and he just happened to be black.
Specifically because he was black. So it's definitely a racist scenario.
So it's not who he was, and he just happened to be black. It's because he was black.
Yes.
Wow. Interesting.
I mean, I'm sure there's other reports where they give a different version, but what I read is, you always get different.
Yeah. It'll change a million fucking times. Me and Chappy saw the craziest shit. Now I don't even know where that video is. I still have it. The one that we watched about the store clerks videotaping the guy getting shot twice.
Oh, that one was
like I haven't even heard anything since then. Weird.
I know.
Weird.
They want that to go away. So don't. The media regulates.
What do you?
It regulates. It regulates information.
Right.
And just like in the Seinfeld episode, remember when he said, "I regulate information because I'm the male."
Yeah, it's not what they're telling you. It's also what they're not telling you.
It's
and what they're telling you in place of what they should be telling you. And all of those things.
Correct.
Right.
If you got,
all those things.
If you got something in your mailbox saying you need to appear on this date for court, or such and such, your home will go into, we'll put a lien on a home or such and such. Anyways, this is the date you need to appear in court. And you go on that date and they're like, oh, that happened 2 days earlier. And all this stuff's going to happen because you didn't get the right information that you need. You can really, really make people's lives a living hell if they don't have the right information.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And because they can make your life a living hell, right?
Right.
So easily.
Yeah.
So immediately.
They have the power.
That's why all these scam people scam everybody so much, because you get a call or you get a letter and it's some fake shit, but they end up talking you out of a bunch of money.
Right.
It's usually somebody that's, English is their second language, or it's a senior citizen or whatever, but they're so scared of something happening, they don't even consider that it's fake. They're just like, okay, I just don't want you to fuck up my shit.
Yeah.
Right.
They called about they said they
do it for the IRS.
That's what I was just gonna say. They called me for the IRS scam, and they got me. They got me for a second.
Other things too.
I almost fucking. I don't know how long it was, but for a second, I'm sitting there smoking a joint on my couch, and I'm like,
it seemed believable.
they're gonna they either want me to send them a smaller amount of money, or they're gonna come collect the whole thing. And then half a second clicked through my mind, and I'm like, wait a minute, they're not gonna come to me. I haven't even done nothing wrong.
Well, no matter what,
even if I made a mistake,
if anybody ever calls you and says, "Hey, you owe us money," you just say, "No, I don't." Even if you actually for real do, you still say,
"No, I don't."
No, I don't.
And just hang up.
So then, just as a tip to whoever, they can't say that they even spoke to you because
yeah.
Or I guess I don't know if you gave them your name already, but either way, just say I don't owe nobody shit. That's the correct answer.
When we were going,
I like that advice.
When we were going to the alligator farm on Monday, my aunt was telling me how she got involved in something where she said they were alligating her to like send a certain amount of money because she had won a certain amount of money in the lottery or something.
I heard.
And I said, Debbie, that's a scam, because let's say, give me the number that was won, $500,000, $25,000. It doesn't matter, whatever the money, you won that money, right? Now they're saying, well, you got to pay the taxes on it, so send us this, and then you get their winnings. If you win, they take the taxes out of the winnings, and then you get what's left over. So if you win the Florida lottery and you're like, hey, I won $13.4 million, you don't get $13.4 million. You're gonna have the option to get it all in one lump sum, which is very, very. They take a lot away when you do that. But if you still choose to have it all a certain way, they'll say, okay, well, guess what? You're gonna get every week $9,600 for the next 25 years.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh my Lord. But your winnings, your taxes.
People are so desperate.
The taxes that you pay come out of the winnings. So you never have to pay.
Well, some people like very, we say nice or genuine type people. A lot of they want to believe that everyone's telling them the truth sometimes.
Oh, tell me about it.
So there's people that are very gullible because they're just like
30% of people still.
Why would anybody lie to me?
30% of people still believe in our government's plan.
Yeah.
Like last night, I was buying the Mega Millions because did you know it's like 1.2 billion?
Everybody on my family chat.
Somebody said that at Publix. They said, "Oh, it's crazy how much it's up to."
I don't play Lotto usually, but I played yesterday.
Why don't they give half of that to the homeless?
Well, they take like 300. If you win the jackpot, they take like 300 million.
Whoa! So it's 1.28 billion. You said
so
there. That's one. So that's 1 billion, 2 million, and 800,000.
Nobody won the jackpot, so it's going to be bigger next week. It's going to be like 1.5 billion.
So they take 300 million out of it.
Oh yeah, like 30%.
That's a lot of fucking money.
That's for taxes. That's not for the homeless. Don't get that confused.
I know.
The homeless can figure it out. That's for taxes.
All right, we'll take $1 million. Man, build some fucking shelters for these fucking people, man. It was all the goddamn. What comedian was that? Was that George Carlin that talked about how we got all these golf courses? He's like, why do we need all these golf courses?
Did you hear that? Or
I just remember in golf was Robin Williams, the routine where he talked about how he's just talking about how the game of golf came up.
You take this tiny little ball, and you put it in a tiny little hole,
and you got to put it in the hole, and you only get 4 tries. And if you can't do it, goddamn it, if you're not going to have a stroke, that's what we'll call it. We'll call it a stroke. It's old from the early '80s. It's
that's
a classic routine.
But there was I was going to say something just a second ago. What were we talking about just a minute ago?
We were talking about.
Yeah, we were talking about something. Golf, Robin Williams.
If this was fucking live, we could have somebody just put it in the chat right now.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Help us out.
Go live.
It was a current event I was going to say.
Yeah, we're talking.
It's way too early Saturday for us to be blacking out like that. I mean, come on.
It's going to be a good night.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good night.
I don't remember
It'll come back to you in a second, whatever it was. And if it doesn't, let's see what's trending right now. And fucking.
What about those videos I sent you the other day where I told you how, man, on TikTok.
What was it?
There's just my son was like, damn, look at this guy just smacked this lady, Dad. Like,
I saw that. The one, he was just like, "Bow!" There was,
dude. I mean, honestly,
there was a few of them going on this week.
He was very. I don't know if it's an older video or not. All I know is this guy was drinking, and he was in one of these like establishments, like an intercoastal restaurant.
The guy that went to help had a WTF on his shirt.
Yeah, yeah. And this guy came out and was just like saying, I'll butt fuck this bitch right here on this table, and if someone please call Donald Trump. And then he started walking forward, and the lady was like, "You're not coming through here. There's kids." And the next thing you know, he just was like.
He just fucking gave it. You ever seen a competition where they smack each other?
Yes.
Where they just sit there. He gave him one of those.
And
this is the thing about this.
It was a Ric Flair chest chop.
I don't give a fuck who you are. I'm
only hitting women, dude.
I'm not. I'm actually very nonviolent compared to what I used to be, but I'm still not a pacifist. And if I see anybody in any kind of day like that, I'm a pacifist through your fucking face. Because
you can tell
he hit a woman.
You can tell the genuine reaction of the guys that were there in a nanosecond to break. Like, dude, what?
Well, I'm sure.
And here's the other problem.
But there is no context there. Not that he should have done that. He should not have done that.
Yeah.
But was he just a drunk guy?
He seemed like he was fucking litty.
He's been drinking.
I mean, he shouldn't be hitting a man for like that.
No,
either.
Yeah,
shouldn't hit nobody, but I'm not going to go defend a man. I'm going to expect for the man to defend a man.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Those videos are, I think, more to just be shocking, not to analyze. Like,
here's the problem.
I would have intervened.
It's not just what happened. It's what it was. It was a TikTok video. He showed it to me, and the fucking music comes in as she gets hit, and it's like fatality or something like that.
That's awesome. That's what that stuff's for.
Nah, man.
There's so many funny things on there, man.
It may be.
A girl getting hit that hard is. But
it's not. But it's not cool to.
You don't finish that with a hi-hat and a snare. That's not a comedy bit.
That's what happens with TikTok. Anything that happens turns into like 1,000 different memes.
Yeah, but anything is fine.
Like the Chris Rock, Will Smith smack. They took that and they turned it into like a techno thing, and then they did all these like recreate, like so many, like a million of them.
Which, by the way,
a lot of them are pretty damn fun,
entertaining.
So we're still talking about Will Smith smack.
Well,
July 30th. When did that happen?
I don't know. What was it? 3 months ago?
It was a while ago.
4 months ago.
I just want to say that shit was fake as fuck, and that's why we're still talking about it.
It was not fake.
It was fake. Anyway, my point is,
I think it was
even
fake.
if they listen. We'll get back to that in a second. But even if it was that, it's different because it's a woman getting smacked, man, and putting that out there and making fun of it. You could make fun.
Maybe she kicked him in the nuts
before
the video went on.
You want to talk about something interesting right now? Here's something interesting right now. All right, comedy. I am torn when you talk about this. It's like making fun of somebody. Somebody, I don't remember who it was, but they told Dave Chappelle, you got to let up on the trans now because he's overdoing it, right?
Right.
It's like you can't have a white guy keep on with jokes about a black guy.
Yes, you can.
Forever.
Yes, you can.
Well, in comedy, you should be able to. Well, listen.
Dude, Chris
let me
Rock
finish.
and-
Let me fucking finish.
Okay.
And then jump in. And they said and a white guy can't tell endless jokes about a black guy, and on. You know, gay people can't. If you're straight, you can't tell endless jokes. You can tell jokes,
but you can't.
But when you're staying on it forever,
you can't beat a dead horse.
You're beating the shit out of this group of people. And although it might be funny, dude, and you're very talented at creating all this comedy and everything.
Sprinkle the humor around.
Sprinkle the humor around. But what Daniel's saying is I also agree with, because this is comedy. And anything goes, and I work my ass off to come up with this material. I wouldn't do it if the jokes weren't there. The material is there. So that's where he's putting it. It's still funny. It's still funny. And so I'm torn. I'm conflicted. Like, which side do you be on? Because it's comedy. It's supposed to be.
But they keep coming at him. That's why he's doing it.
Oh, okay. So
right? Yeah, because he made some jokes in a couple of his stand-ups, and he got a lot of shit for it. And then he made that one of the recent ones, the closer, right? That was the name of it, the closer. And that one was
dark.
It was a little surprising.
It was dark.
Because the whole fucking thing
was dark.
Was about them.
It was dark.
It was all about them.
It was very dark. There was a lot of it where you're like,
it was good.
Jesus.
It was good, and it was true, and it was still
it
was just observational.
It was
really.
extra though.
It was extra.
It was extra.
But it's only extra if you're, it's like you taking offense to something that would be close to your heart.
Right.
Yeah. What do you feel about it?
Did you see it?
Which side are you on?
Did you see it?
I was watching it with Jackie.
You got to watch it till the end.
Well,
because the end,
Jackie,
he just gives his feelings about it, not like
Jackie turned it like she was not feeling it, and I was like, "That's cool. We'll just watch something else." And she's not a tough critic, dude. She's not a tough critic, but she's like, he's not his usual self right here. And I'm like, well, it's dark comedy. He's going.
He is darker than he used to be.
It was a little dark that particular run, and I did not get to finish it yet, but I will. I'll go back and watch it. Chappelle's the GOAT, man. I fucking love the dude.
Yeah.
I love him to death. I'm just torn. I don't know what to make of that.
I kind of agree with him that the simple fact that all of that stuff, the trans and all the other letter stuff, that is really, really, really in my face all the time right now.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, even we end up.
And they're not even like 1% of the population,
dude.
And that's all we talk about.
It's on the TV. It's in jokes. It's in conversations, regular conversations.
Is it on
it's
TV?
Like, hey, well, yeah, because there's always something.
Jenner. Oh yeah, Bruce.
There's always something happening, and some of it's I don't
watch enough TV.
It's over the fucking line.
Yeah,
like the drag story time.
Well, TV,
in California or whatever.
Dude, the best thing that could ever happen to us.
You see that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff is like,
right.
If you're not,
you don't need to involve kids. You don't need to, try to help a 7-year-old figure out his sexual orientation.
If my child,
are they doing that though?
Yeah, they're doing. I read something where
didn't you just get a boner for what you got a boner for?
They're transitioning some children. Like they're making the switch when they're still a kid. That's not.
That's too.
I don't agree with.
Who are these parents doing this to kids?
Well, anyway,
you should say,
I'm just saying. I don't want.
At the very least, if I had a child that was like, "Yo, I want to cut my dick off," I'm gonna be like, "Look, you're gonna have to move out and do it at 18.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to at least wait till you're grown up, and then you can make your decision whether you still want to do that or not."
Yep.
Because you change your mind a lot, and I'm not putting the dick back on once it's off. So but
I'm saying,
I support you. I love you, no matter what. I love you. I'm here for you. I got your back. I don't see what the fucking problem is.
We got to pump the brakes on that though, until you're a little older. If that's how you feel,
yeah.
That's all.
But
can't do it.
But if it wasn't at the forefront all the time right now, would these kids even be thinking like that?
Hey, listen, have you noticed like they're peppering in little things like on a Motrin commercial, like just out of nowhere. You see like these two guys at the beginning of the commercial, and the one guy's like kind of like, "Come on, we're at the park, we're gonna go for a walk." And the guy's like, "I'm just kind of not feeling." And the next thing you know, he's taking the Motrin, and then they're like, he's like grabs his hand, they go walk off, and you can see the guy kiss the guy. It's like, this is for Motrin.
Yeah,
I'm like,
guy kissed the guy after on a Motrin commercial. Yeah. Dude, I haven't been watching anything.
Yeah,
me and Jackie just saw commercials the other day, and we were like, "Holy shit, we haven't been watching any TV." Because that's right, we were at Disney Springs, we were at the hotel, and we were watching commercials on the TV, and we're like, "Why is this?" Because we're like, these commercials are fucking dumb, and we were like, "Why do we not?" Oh yeah, because we don't watch fucking TV. We rarely watch TV, man. I think that's the problem. I think the world would be better if we didn't have...
You're homophobic. Why? Because I don't want to watch naked guys have sex with each other?
The speech that the VP did the other day? I just saw a clip of it. But in the beginning of Kamala Harris?
Oh, geez.
The beginning of her speech, she says, I identify as a woman. My pronouns are her and she. And I'm wearing a blue suit.
Dude, isn't it scary that she could, if Biden's like, hold on, go ahead.
I mean, you have to,
my bad.
You know, the whole introducing yourself as a different,
listen,
I just don't.
A binary entity?
Isn't it fucking.
I think it's fine.
Wild, man.
I think it's fine for people to be however they are.
Yeah.
But I don't understand why it has to be.
I come in peace.
I don't understand why I have to think about it so much.
Why do white people not have to say that to black people? I come in peace. I'm nice, whitey. I don't mean no harm. Like we should have to identify like that for all the years of fucking bullshit, lynching and Jim Crow, Jane Crow, fucking slavery. We should have to, if we got to announce ourselves like that to the LGBTQ plus community, then we should also have to fucking salute other people the same way, man.
Well, I mean, it's kind of strange. You know, they're talking about changing birth certificates and taking the male, female and putting it down on the bottom, like in small print. So it's not like with the main information. And I wonder, like that. I mean, that's very strange.
Like if there was a list of priorities, like what the world was really concerned about, and you start all the way with environmental change at the very top and just go down, like that wouldn't even be on the fucking list, man. No. Like, look, I get it, but I don't want to say names, but I was having this conversation the other day. I was like, why do you have such a problem with people you're never going to meet in your whole life? Because this is an interesting thing too, because what's the difference between discriminating, and they're doing it with the red and the blue states too, right? Republicans, Democrats. They're, without seeing it, they're making you discriminate. What's the difference between a white person discriminating against a black person, a whole black culture that they'd never met before in their whole life, versus, besides the fact that it's fucked up and it's personal, but besides the fact that a whole Democrats is discriminating against a whole Republicans, and Republicans are discriminating against all liberals. What's the difference? You're getting a whole class of people to fucking discriminate against a whole different class of people. Man, we have so many problems right now. And I just couldn't give a fuck. But unless they're suicidal and I could help somebody on the street and talk them into themselves and say, dude, you're special. Every single human being is special.
Everybody's special.
Everybody really is, dude. Do you really believe that? Because you're saying it kind of sarcastically.
Well, I mean, everybody is unique.
You don't believe?
I would say everybody is unique. Is everybody special per se? I don't.
Well, this is why I think every person is special.
My kid told me something the other day, and I was just like,
all right, go ahead.
Because there's this kid at school that would like bother her and whatever, and she would always say stuff about this kid, and then it's her friend, but he's always doing whatever, and I'm like, hey, so one time she was like, oh, he pushed me or something. I'm like, hey, just stay away from that kid. That he's not even your friend. And she's like, yeah, but I want him to be my friend, whatever. And I just stay away from him. He doesn't even matter. And she goes, Daddy, everybody matters.
Everybody matters.
And I'm like,
Ava gets it. Ava gets it.
I guess you're
right. We lose that. We lose that as we get older. And that is very much the fucking system. It individualizes you to think that it's all competition, man. When realistically, they're like, oh, it's just who you see in the mirror. No, motherfucker. Actually, it's all of us now. If it's 2022 versus Wall Street and the war machine, because all you guys are doing is stealing everybody's shit and civil asset forfeiture and all that shit, man. This fucking shit is fucked up today. I don't know when the revolution's coming, but I know there's one coming. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. But the dangerous thing about it is the propaganda is dividing people. And that's the dangerous thing about it.
I think in 2024, when we have
They're lying to people.
When we have to reelect, there's gonna be
when Trump's back in office. That's what's gonna happen.
I'm just saying.
That's what's gonna happen. He's gonna be back in, and everybody's gonna have their temporary boners.
Well, in my opinion, having Trump again, and I'm not a Trump guy, but having him reelected or
at least he'll stay alive
again would be better than having Biden again
or Kamala.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, or Kamala.
It doesn't matter to me.
She's like ridiculous.
They're all terrible, man. I
think I told you before, like, since Biden's been in office, I was never a Trump guy. I fucking hate Trump.
I know you do. I know you do. Yeah, I hate him too.
Me. He's like an ass.
Right. He's a racist asshole,
but
right.
Since Biden's been in,
he's more racist.
I like Trump a lot more.
Yeah.
See, that's that gas thing that we were talking about before then.
But I'd rather we have a brand new person.
Let me elaborate on what I'm saying here.
Okay.
That's what you were just saying when you walked in this place that we were talking before you got here. He says, well, no shit. Because look at your living conditions right now. Of course you fucking hate or like Trump more right now. You'll take any fucking thing. I'll take a guy in a dick outfit. Fucking it has a dick emoji and his eyes through it and fucking say, I'm your president. I'll take him before I'll take Trump and Biden. I'll take any fucking buddy. But the problem isn't that. The problem is the system. They're never going to do it. The Congress is fucked up. Everybody's controlled. The media is bought. You can't even become a journalist now today without having your life fucking threatened unless you go with the status quo, dude. You get groomed to do that shit. It is deeper than deep. That is what the deep state is all fucking about.
It's like a miniature game of hungry hippos. There's only so many marbles the hippos can grab. And unfortunately, we don't get any marbles anymore. Ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
So I don't.
The weird part is that
the hippos got to work for those marbles and then they steal them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the weird part, all the corruption,
Blue hippo wins regardless.
The corruption and all that stuff that you're saying.
Yeah.
That's all known.
It's not just corruption though. It's the system that causes the corruption.
Yeah.
Enables it.
But it's still the people above us telling you not to do bad stuff or doing bad stuff. Right?
The people above us, the 1%, they are socialists. That's what they do. We are capitalists. We're living in the capitalist system, paying for every fucking thing, and now we're not compensated for shit. So
nice save.
I do got fucking hands, but we're not getting compensated for shit, and that's what late stage capitalism is all about. We're out of gas, man. It's come home.
Well, as far as financially and economically and whatever, how it's affected me, I'm exactly the same with Trump and Biden and prior to Trump.
Correct.
That hasn't changed anything for me at all.
Right.
But everybody always says that stuff,
Well, look at it like this. If your girlfriend was cheating on you,
I know how they sound when they're talking.
Right. You could have a conversation with your girlfriend and think that everything is on the up and up and things are fucking magical. And all the same time, she could be cheating on you, wrecking your fucking life. So just because your life is good right now doesn't mean that you're not getting fucked somehow. We could have free healthcare. We could have fucking a lot of things, and your community could be a lot better. It's fucking all of us because the more poverty there is in America.
I didn't say life was good.
Yeah. The more poverty there is in America, the more we're likely to continue down this path. And then even if you do have a decent sized house, you're going to be having to put security all around it and worry about your shit 24/7, and it's not going to be a pretty sight. In fact, that's what a lot of America is right now. You're either somewhere or you're fucking nowhere. And it's unfortunate, but that's where we're going. And there's no There's no turning around unless the people turn it around. Okay, my mom always tells me to talk about positive things every once in a while. There is some positivity going on. Microsoft decided they were going to not be opposed to unionizing and support it because they realize people are out there anyway. The Starbucks, the Amazon, all these people are unionizing, and it's working. And so now they're kind of just like, all right, we're going to open up to it and be the first one so we could get the best workers, get them for a good price, build the better items, make better things to produce, and we'll be the first ones off the jump for the new era. And I think that's a beautiful thing because Microsoft is not, that's a big corporation. That's huge.
Sounds like BASF. We don't make the things that you buy. We make the things that you buy better. It's true.
I love that.
It's true.
Yeah, man. But it's
you
a
need
good
companies out there like that.
Yeah,
though.
there's a lot of Starbucks that are unionizing now, and a lot of Amazons that are unionizing. So that's a good thing, man. So we're getting back to that era because they know in the Great Depression, all these motherfuckers linked up and they threatened a revolution, and they don't want that again. And they see that it's inevitably going to happen. You have too many fucking people getting fucked, man. And that's what we were going to do the show about today. We were going to talk about the whole about meritocracy and upward mobility in the American dream, whether it's alive or not. And that's what we were talking about before the show a little bit. But a lot of people do think that the American dream is still alive. And that's the problem. And you don't even want a fucking meritocracy right now. We just have too good technology, too much abundance of things. We distribute it to the hungry fucking people, man. Why do we have all these motherfuckers hoarding all the money at the top to the point where our system completely collapses in 2008 and fucking just because we're giving out bullshit loans and everybody's in debt because you never raised any wages since fucking the 1970s where we were getting more.
It's not really the people hoarding the money as much, right? I mean, like you're talking about rich people that have a lot of money.
You're right.
You're saying
right.
They're
it's not about
money,
that as much as
but
it is.
It's more about the government not utilizing the money that we already give them.
Good point.
In a better way, right?
Right. It's not on the billionaires as much as I beat them up. It's more on the system.
I agree they should be taxed more. They should have a special tax when you have that much money.
Right.
But
I mean, that's what it's all about. The fuck, dude. You got it. The things that protect you.
I was pretty disappointed that I didn't win that jackpot yesterday.
Yeah.
I bought the tickets. I mean, I should have won, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
But it's not really fair.
You had a chance. I don't even have a chance to win. I did not purchase the ticket.
I asked the universe to help me out, and
if I won, you'd be royally pissed because you'd be like, he didn't even buy a ticket.
Oh yeah, whoever wins, I hate you already. Before
Hoagie,
I hate your guts, man.
Yes, I don't even know you, and I hate you.
Yeah, I don't even know you, and I hate you.
I was on FaceTime with Hoagie yesterday, and he's like, I'm gonna hit that lottery. Blah, blah, blah. And I said, all right, man, because I'm sitting here writing the show for today, right? I said, hey, guess a number. And I'm going to write down. I wrote down 6 numbers in a Powerball. And he guessed it. It was like 33, and it was 6. I was like, nope. It's like, next. Yeah. And then I did that real quick. It was just funny the way I did it because he didn't come close to any of the numbers. 5.
That's how it goes.
11.
When I was at my mom's mountain house, they had like a 3-number system.
Well, hold on. And then I get to the end, and I'm like, what's the Powerball? He's like, 13. I was like, oh, that was the closest you got. It's 10. And you're not even supposed to say that. It's only up to 10, right?
Right.
Anyway, so I said, I have the feeling we could do this a lot more times. You'll never fucking hit this.
Yeah, it's like 1 in so many million chance.
Yeah, there's no fucking way, man.
No, I went down the mountain and to like this buy-low grocery store, and I bought some stuff for dinner that night. But when the thing came up, I told him, I said, yeah, I would do 772 just because those are the first numbers of our phone
Pick
number.
3, yeah.
And then like later that night, like 4 hours later, they're like, and the Powerball number
Don't
is.
say
and
it.
it went 772. I looked at Mom. I said, wow, I went to buy low and everything. I could have bought a ticket. What would that have paid me?
Well, it wasn't Powerball though.
No, it's just three, but that still pays out.
It was whatever the three was.
I'm sure it'd have been a couple $1,000s or something.
Probably more.
It wasn't a ton of money, but
yeah, you get thousands for the.
I was with my friend Robert
for the 3 and 4.
My friend Robert out of 7-Eleven scratched off one time, and he won $2,500 on a $1 scratch off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
I've seen.
He went and bought a bunch of kicker
equipment. But it's those stories that get motherfuckers playing. Yeah. And that's it. And they're not realizing those stories are fucking never.
Yeah,
never, dude. And never, I mean, maybe if you're lucky a couple times.
I mean, I've played poker with you plenty of times. You know I can play poker. Texas No Limit and stuff like that. And I enjoy...
Yeah, poker's fun, though.
I enjoy playing poker as a form of entertainment. But if you're one of those people like...
That's a hobby. That's something...
Well, that's what it is to me, a hobby.
What the fuck is scratching, It's like... It's a few seconds. I guess you could chalk that up to a hobby, but God, that's a terrible hobby.
Well, when I was a young kid, 12, my older brother Mike, he was probably 13 and a half. My parents were in Biloxi, Mississippi, and we were at a Holiday Inn, and he was like, okay, you guys are staying in your room, and me and your mom are going down, and we're going to gamble, and we're going to have a good time, and yada, yada. We got pizza coming to your room at 8 o'clock, and yada, yada. And the guy may call
Chappy had the good mom.
Oh, my parents were awesome. And my dad was awesome, too. But my dad pulled us out on the back, and he's out there smoking like one of his Winston cigarettes, and he's like, okay, so we're going to go gambling, but I want you two boys to understand something. And he pulled out a $20 bill. This is like in 1986. And he pulls it 84. He pulls out a $20 bill.
That's a $100 bill.
Yeah, and he pulls it and he takes a lighter and he just lights the end of it and he goes, "Let me tell you something, boys. When you go gambling, this is what you are doing with your money. It is a form of entertainment, and you have to have residual value of the entertainment."
Good fucking lesson.
So if you are trying to gamble to make money, you are already behind. Like that's you're better off. Stop. Don't gamble and just be that I'm in debt this amount of money, because trying to make the money this way, again, it's a lot of luck. There are professional gamblers out there that I know how it all works. Believe me, I know pre-flop.
59%.
I know all the. I'm just saying, it made me realize I don't want to put my money up on a whim. I work too hard for my money.
All you got to tell them is they didn't build Vegas.
Yeah, all them lights don't blink because they give money away. Exactly. They don't.
I love Vegas.
So do I.
It's pretty fucking cool, man. It's like New York to me. It's like when you go there, it's just different. New York more for shopping.
I like Vegas for 3, 4. That's it. If you're like, we're in Vegas for 3 weeks straight, I'm like, oh,
the taxi cab driver will tell you when you go there, get the hell out of here in 3 days, or and that's it, dude. Three and out.
Yeah, I can only go to Sin City for 3 nights, 4 days, and then I gotta go. That's plenty for me. I'm
3 and out, or you'll never get out. You'll probably be stuck there. It's just when you walk out of the casinos, it feels like you're getting a blow dry, right? It's starting to feel like that in Florida. I know it's humid over here versus dry heat, but it's starting to feel like that. Oh,
you're talking about the weather?
The heat, yeah.
That's why you got to get out of there in 3 days?
No. No, it's just fucking wild, man. Daniel.
Yeah.
Have you been to Vegas?
No, I've never been there, but
this guy.
You transitioned into the weather, and I was like, what?
Yeah, this guy. Bro.
I've been there twice. I've been to Vegas twice.
I mean, I do like Sin.
You would.
Sin is good.
You would love you some Vegas. Man, maybe you should go out there with Matt.
It's adult Disney World.
Matt's going out there. He just hit me up.
Yeah.
What?
It's adult Disney World.
Yeah. That's a good way to look at it.
Adult Disney World.
It's adult Disney World. That's true.
Yeah, you can get into some...
Where STDs.
You can get into some memories out there.
Yeah, man. You can, but... I wouldn't. Fuck that. There's too many crazy things going on, man. Maybe it's kind of weird, man, because now that I'm 41, I'm like realizing there's so much things I'm never gonna do again, man. It's all gone. I'm just reminiscing. I'm like, that's all I got.
That's not true, is it? You can do whatever you want, right?
No, not the way I used to do it. No way.
You're just talking about going hard?
Yeah. You're talking about glory days.
Yeah, crazy shit, man.
Well,
it's just like Vegas doesn't even appeal to me anymore. I'm just like, yeah, cool. You know?
Oh, right.
It's just like I'd rather go see like a fucking mountain or some shit, or go see. I want to go to Ireland, but I don't want to get vaccinated. Because you don't have to be vaccinated to go there. You got to be vaccinated to come back.
Yep.
So I'm trying to hold off on that while people are still dying so fast. Did you know America was 325 million people now? We were 330 million, so we're down 5 million.
Oh, good. It's good, right?
No, that's not good.
Oh, so we should have more people.
No.
Well, we're gonna have more people because now you can't have abortions, so we're gonna have more people soon.
If we did things differently, we overproduce. Bro.
You know, if there was less people, that means less traffic. So that sounds like good to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the. I travel all the time. I travel in the wee hours just because I don't.
Well, dude, I've had like fucking 10 friends, dude, die in like the last couple weeks, man. So it's hard for me to say.
From COVID?
From what?
I don't know because you never can ask. You know what I mean? You just see it happening and you're just like, I don't know how it happened, but it's just like they keep fucking happening.
Well,
and that's just me, so it can't be coincidence. Like I know other people that have lost lots of people too. So I'm just like.
Oh, it's real. I mean, there's people that, we're all these bodies. I'm like, dude, don't. COVID is real.
Yeah.
And there's been a death toll from COVID, but it's one of those things.
Over 1 million.
Oh yeah. There's been a lot. I mean, I know two people I know of, and through the hobbies that I do through car audio and things like that, I know, you remember that guy for that team? Yeah, well, he passed away. Really? That guy, I saw him like 5 months ago. Yeah, he's not here anymore.
Well,
really?
Is it from COVID?
Yeah, that's...
Or is it from other things?
Well, they say a lot of people that die from COVID is they already had something else, and then that exacerbates.
Well, they also said the lockdown didn't work because it drove the homicide rate up, drove drug overdoses up, it fucking alcohol was up, depression was up, everything was up, suicide was up. So that didn't work. It's just, dude, that's what I was going to talk about today. It was going to be such a good show. We're overworked fucking culture of sad people, dude. They're just, we exist to work, bro.
Well, now the inflation is pretty out of control.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, and now they want to raise interest rates. Mr. Powell wants to raise interest rates to keep down demand. And it's like, dude, all that's doing is hurting poor
Your first
people.
car when you were 16 years old, you owned a car at age 16?
Honda Civic.
Do you remember going up and
wagon.
gassing it up and saying, do you remember the price of the gas? Do you remember I can tell you right now, it was an Amoco gas station right over off Ricker Road in Jacksonville, Florida. And I got my little Mercury Lynx car and I was like, I'm 16, get out of my fucking way. And I went right up there and I filled it up. It was 88 cents a gallon. And I filled the car up for $12.40.
Yep. I remember.
That's what it cost.
That's what I was talking about.
It was like
before.
95, 96.
Oh, no. For me, it was like 90, 89, 90 for me. Because I graduated in 91.
Well, you know what he said before?
I'm 49.
He said somebody came up and said, I can't believe it.
Oh, that lady?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I remember it being 89 cents in 96 when I got my license. So.
No, I recently was gassing up and a lady pulled in and she said, first of all, I was already gassing up my work truck and I'm like at a Wawa and it's like 404 is what the gas price was.
Be right back.
that
I'm going to
day.
grab you a beer. You want
And
a beer?
I am literally gassing up and this lady comes in and she gets out of her car and she goes, hoo, it's only 404 here. And she starts filling it up and I kind of lean. I said, you're excited about paying 404? Gas should be $2.29 a gallon. And until it gets back to that, and it shouldn't be any more than that. It shouldn't. Things are not right if we're paying that. I mean, she's so damn brainwashed that she seemed happy to pay the $4. Like, oh, it's so cheap now at 404. I'm just like, you're crazy. How can you? I personally.
So that's how propagandized we are. We just willfully accept things and go, oh, thank you for beating me less.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Instead of fucking understanding that, hey, we're getting the shit beat out of us. It's like him with the less evil thing. Well, it's like, dude, mean,
for the gas, that again, it doesn't really affect me that much because usually I'm not paying for the gas in my vehicle.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, usually.
Right, but that's terrible that you only look at your own situation.
Well, that's what I'm getting.
You should say, like, thankfully.
There's a lot of times
cheers.
Where I go to the pump and I'm about to put in whatever it is. Whatever it is, it's getting filled.
Right.
But I go to the pump and the person before me like put in like $2.50.
Yeah, that's it.
Less than a gallon, and I was like,
sad.
Oh, that sucks, dude.
Right.
That's sad.
I didn't bump into the person, but you just see it on the screen.
I pull up to it too. Yep,
start.
I pull up to it. That's what I was just gonna say. I didn't see it, but I pull up to them all the time, and it's like $3.39 and shit like that. They're counting their pennies.
$7, $8. It's like, wow, you're getting 2 gallons of gas basically.
Yeah.
So your car gets 23 miles to the gallon.
I got 1 gallon the other day.
You should be able to fill up for $20. I mean, come on. That's what it really 20, 30. You know, they show some of the big rigs filling up for like it cost them like $1,000.
They could put a price freeze on the food. They don't have to keep raising the prices, dude. Those are employers. That's the free market. That's what they do. You're in charge of raising your own prices and dropping your own prices. And all these corporations that are conglomerates now that have swallowed up all the small businesses, they are so fucking invested. So now they're making up for what they lost during the coronavirus and fucking their own customers and still raising the money and it's like we said earlier, rich people, they get to fucking buy whatever. This doesn't affect them. They're like, oh, we feel your pain. We're living with inflation too. No, you're fucking not, dude. You are fucking rich. You don't even fucking look at your shit. I know, because when I'm doing good and the economy's doing good, I don't look at my shit either, and I'm not rich. So I know if I had millions of dollars, I damn sure wouldn't be giving a fuck what my eggs cost. I just wouldn't, you know? So it just sucks, man. And yeah, man, effectively, you make less at your job because of what you're paying at the grocery store and at the gas pump, and everybody else the same. And we should be more outraged about that shit. I think we're just taking it.
What should we do? Stop buying groceries?
That would be
getting gas.
No. But if a general strike did come about, that's the way to do it, man. Sustained acts of civil disobedience.
Should riot.
No.
We should blow up the gas
peaceful.
stations.
No. What you do is you all fucking start being pains in the asses peacefully. You shut down shit. Like the truckers convoy, for instance. They didn't do it right, but if they did, they'd block an airport and block traffic going into an airport or some shit, dude, and fucking really fuck up some noise.
Right.
And then people would be like, all right, you motherfuckers. What the fuck? What do you want? What do you want? Well, we got this list of demands. We know. Just tell us, what the fuck do you want? Because you're killing our money here.
So what did they get out of it? Because I didn't follow it.
They didn't really get anything out of it. They were mad about the mandates.
They froze their bank accounts or something.
Froze their fucking bank accounts. Good point. I forgot about that, and I didn't forget about that, but that's a great part to mention. I mean, talk about authoritarianism, dude. We should be outraged by that.
That was actually
we should be shitting our pants, hiding under our fucking beds about that.
Yeah, that's a good play by them. That was unexpected.
Fuck, man.
But that was in Canada, right? I mean,
yeah, but
Americans wouldn't do that to anybody. They're not going to.
We're worse.
They're not going to.
They take your money. They just empty your bank account.
Yeah,
they'd empty your bank account and shoot you. Holy shit, man! I forgot about that. Freezing everybody's bank account.
Well, they're going to get me for about $3,400. That's it. That's it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but what are you saying? You need to rent a truck or a big truck and go park it at the airport.
No,
and then they're gonna get so mad.
No,
that they're gonna change.
No.
What?
We would need to. There's a lot of ways to do things, and there's a lot of things to do. Man, it's a losing battle, dude. But the problem is, what do? You know, do you just fucking watch it all go by and just say, all right, I'm just going to live out the rest of my life and be cool with it? Or do you...
kind of what I do.
Or do you realize, but you got a kid though, man. She's going to see, you're going to see a lot of it. 2050 comes by, dude. You're going to see the end of fish. Fucking, dude, the commercial fishing is gobbling up all the fish industry, and the CO2 for every, like, it absorbs the CO2, dude, and it's killing the coral reef. It kills the fucking phytoplankton. It's responsible. Every second breath you take, one is responsible from phytoplankton in the fucking ocean. It's dying.
I recently watched a documentary.
Once the ocean dies, we're fucking dead.
Oh yeah,
it's over, dude.
Yeah, there's areas on the Great Barrier Reef in Australia where they have sections they've already documented, and they've put like these cameras out, and they've taken photos of these zones, and like they've come back to that same spot, and they've noticed like all the coral is white and just ghost out. It's dead, and it's
all over like that too.
It's all over.
Isn't there like places in India where it has all the shit just washing?
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's a lot of oil
there's
and shit.
no life. There's no sea life in that area.
Yeah. In Africa too, they got areas where there's just polluted with oil and shit.
Yeah, it's called the Dead Sea. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Well, what they do, right, is they're telling us, oh, you got to recycle. You got to recycle.
Oh,
yeah. Dude, you got to get solar. You got to get an electric.
I used to recycle.
Get an electric car.
I used to recycle, and then I realized how much.
What we do really makes no difference at all. It's the corporations. Like,
that's right.
Like everybody that packages all this shit, the water bottles, all the packages for like my kid for a Barbie, it is a lot of plastic and shit. Like, why is there so,
Let me see if I can find something. Do you know
the companies, I feel
it's so
they
true.
need to be.
What about mail too?
They need to make shit out of recyclable materials. That should be like required. If it's not recyclable, you can't produce it.
Yeah.
And then
right.
Well, say goodbye to styrofoam.
Well, yeah, styrofoam.
Remember George Carlin? He's like, "Why'd you come here, styrofoam asshole?" Like
it's like 10,000 years.
500 years later, styrofoam asshole.
I'm trying to get a fatheaded George Carlin for in here. A fathead, one of those fatheads go on the wall. I fucking love George Carlin.
He was the man.
Daniel loves it. George Carlin.
The 7 words you can't say.
Yeah.
I seen him live.
Save
once.
That abortion one you sent me, it had me dying.
I seen him live in 1999.
Save the bees, save the trees, save the snail, save the whales. He just was going off. Dude. He was save this and save that.
A lot of it really, a lot of what he said applies to today, and that was a long time ago.
It's timeless. It's fucking timeless, and that's how fucking worthless our fucking system is.
You were talking about the abortion video, right?
Yeah, he was fed up then. That tells you everything you need to fucking know about your system and how it's failing you. And no matter if you're paying attention or not, it's fucking reality, man.
It is.
Nobody questions the system because nobody gives a fuck about they want that system in place because it's what enriches them. It's fucking perfect until they get to fucking whatever they're going to. That movie, the fuck is that movie? With Matt Damon.
Good Will Hunting?
No, where they
How about them apples?
Where they go up to the star and the rich people go and leave all the poor people behind and shit.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
No, wait.
Elysium or
Elysium.
Elysium.
How did I even know that?
I fucking don't know, but that was very good. Yeah, that's a good movie, man. That's fucking interesting. That's what I feel.
Yeah,
like.
that was. I kind of liked it actually.
What about Downsizing? Remember the movie he did called Downsizing?
What's Downsizing?
Where like they shrunk them, and like you could like one saltine cracker could like feed like 100 people because they were so tiny.
Oh yeah,
really?
Yeah.
I don't think I saw that.
It was called Downsizing. Yeah, it was all right.
He said, it was all right. It's like, well, it's all right.
Like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, kind of.
Yeah, Chappy was super excited. It's almost like he thought about it in his head. He was like, you know what? It was all right. Fuck it.
I'd like to retract that. Yeah. No, hey, you just said Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and my son Andrew, he's visiting me for the summer, and we were driving, and I said, man, look at that person's yard. They need to cut the grass horribly. I said, boy, if Honey, I Shrunk the Kids happened there, they'd be dead for sure. They couldn't get to that Jumanji field. Yeah. And he's like, what is I Shrunk the Kids? He didn't know? I said, it's a movie from it has like Rick Moranis, the guy
The only movie Rick Moranis was in. One of the only
Well,
ones.
he was in Ghostbusters. Remember?
You heard what happened to Rick Moranis?
No.
Oh, bro, fuck. What was the story? It was something crazy.
Somebody hit him or...
What? No, I think his wife had like cancer or some shit and died, and then he got really sad and just said, "Fuck it, man." He couldn't go on,
he
dude,
didn't want
because
to be around Hollywood.
Yeah, so he just chilled, man, and he went into like a fucking hermit mode, and he's good.
I thought you were talking about there was something recent that happened to him where somebody like hit him with a shoe on the street or something weird.
Something happened to him now?
Something that was like in the TMZ thing. Somebody hit him on the street
on purpose.
Yes, it was some kind of bullshit situation.
I might fuck somebody up if they did that, knowing what I know about what happened to his wife and how he got depressed and shit. Bro, that's sad, man. He must have really loved her, dude.
The movie that I thought he was super funny in was it called Paradise Island or something like that with who's the dude you were talking about earlier? Robin Williams.
Oh yeah,
it was Robin Williams, Rick Moranis, and then the dad from American Pie. They're on like a Jamaican island. It's not Jamaica. It's or maybe it is Jamaica, but it's called Paradise something.
Eugene Levy.
Right?
Levy.
But oh yeah, I think it is Jamaica. So they
big boy.
But they want to get some weed, and so they find this Jamaican guy. He goes,
oh, he gets him one joint.
No. It's a clear trash bag full. It's like this big, and so for the whole rest of the movie, they're just trying to hide it because it's so big. So Eugene Levy and Rick Moranis, their part of the movie is trying to hide this big bag of weed.
Oh, that's great! I gotta see that. It's a clear
trash bag, and they're trying to. It's funny, dude.
That's great.
There's another thing to the movie, but their part in it was that.
Yeah,
it is hilarious. It's called Paradise Island or This Is Paradise, something like that.
Now I'm wondering if it was his kid. I'm trying to make sure, man.
No, you're right.
Was it his wife?
He was in a bunch of movies. I don't know if it was his wife for sure, but I know like some kind of big event happened. His friend had cancer, or his wife died, or I don't know, some kind of big sad event. And then he went away from Hollywood for a while.
Yeah,
one more time. What's the name of the movie you think it's called?
Paradise something.
Paradise something. Hold on.
You said Paradise with Rick Moranis.
Or something Paradise, but it's Rick Moranis, and it's all three of those guys that I said are in it for sure.
He was great in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, man. I fucking loved him. I grew up on that shit. That was. I think I went to the movie theater to see that.
What?
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh yeah.
It was even better. It was like one of those cool movies when you're young and growing up and stuff, and on the big screen back then. You see the big broom and stuff, and then when they're outside in the yard, you got the fucking ants.
Club Paradise, found it.
Club Paradise?
That's what it's called?
Oh, is that
Club Paradise, 1986.
Club Paradise.
Yeah, like Robin Williams gets this like tiki bar or something.
Right there.
Yeah. It's a funny movie, man.
Right there. I'll be watching that when I get home tonight.
I'll be watching that shit too.
I'll be watching
Let's do it tonight, Club Paradise.
Yeah, I love watching old films.
Hell yeah, I'm in. If all you guys say is Rick Moranis, dude, I'm in.
It's funny.
I felt so bad when I figured that out. I think it was my brother that told me. I don't remember who told me, but I was like, "Are you fucking serious?"
The same thing happened to what's his name, Richard Dreyfuss. He did the same thing when he was in all these movies, and then something happened, like his wife died or his friend died or something.
Well, that
something
also,
like that. Then he went away for like 20 years, and then he came back.
Well, that also happened to Patton Oswalt. Everyone knew Patton Oswalt?
Yeah.
Patton Oswalt's wife died from some cancer or something.
And then he went away
for a while, but I think he's met someone else and he's doing his thing. Patton Oswalt is the kind of guy that just, that guy is his outlook on life and the way he talks about things. He just is the funniest guy. He's so funny.
A funny show. Have you seen Happy on Netflix?
I don't believe so.
Hilarious, dude.
Happy.
Yeah, it's this guy.
He has an imaginary dragon friend.
Yeah. The imaginary dragon friend is Patton Oswalt.
Yes, that's the voice. The voice of him.
Have you seen that show?
I've seen 2 or 3 episodes. It was entertaining.
It's good.
It is.
It's funny, and it's got like a lot of.
I like stuff like that,
like trippy scenes, kind of like like Big Lebowski. It cuts to like some kind of trippy kind of thing. I like
shit
like that.
I like shit like that because I can't watch anything serious now because like it's weird, man, because the more you study about this shit, the more you realize they're lying on fucking TV about shit. Like they'll tell you a mostly true history of whatever it is, and then they'll twist something, and you're gonna, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You didn't even mention once about, and it was such a serious part, whatever. But yeah, so I like watching movies like that now. They're just fun and
don't lie
comedy.
On TV.
Man, it's getting bad, dude. It's getting to the point where it's like, holy shit. Noam Chomsky even talked about it the other day. Noam Chomsky went on Russell Brand show,
it's not
and he told him, dude. He said, "Man, the disinformation." He said there was some major speakers in Russia talking, and you can't pick it up in America.
Russell Brand,
like, so they don't want you knowing what they're talking about, and it's just a normal, official talking for Russian radio or Russian. But we can't pick it up over here. So he's like, it's not just what they're telling you over here; it's what you're not allowed to see on foreign policy and stuff. And Noam wrote the book Manufacturing Consent, and if you read that book, you can't unsee shit after that. When you figure out what worthy and unworthy victims are, and how they don't pay attention to the unworthy victims, and no matter what the atrocity was versus the other one, if it was a bigger atrocity and they're still unworthy victims, it's just because they want to show you some shit to get you approved to it.
That's kind of weird wording, isn't it?
Worthy and unworthy victims.
Well, I mean, anybody's worthy to be a victim, yeah.
Well, that's
it's kind of.
You're right, but that's what he's saying. It's what the media pays attention to is what he's referring to.
Yeah,
he's
saying this person was bad, so it's okay that this happened to them.
It's this person was bad, so it's okay what happens to them because they're our friends. Because we do business with them.
The thing about the media I have the worst time is like, they're not held accountable for stuff that they're putting out there that like it doesn't. They always have their own agendas, and they always have to say 2 + 3 is 4. That is a lie. That is mathematically a lie.
Right.
2 + 2 is 4. 3 + 1 is 4. And the media will say things like they'll want you to like this, but they'll get to that point not because they brought you in and you were nurtured to be like, I accept this for what it is. They'll say things like, if you love Insane Clown Posse, you're gonna love Barry Manilow. Get the fuck out of here.
Right.
I mean, that's Zach Galifianakis said that on his set one time, and it absolutely holds true though.
Right.
You can't go from Insane Clown Posse to Barry Manilow and act me and I have to swallow that pill. Fuck you. That's not gonna happen. Fucketh youeth. Get the fuck out of here.
That's what the Squad is. The Insane Clown Posse now. They're not the Squad anymore.
I don't know.
That fucking makes me mad.
I'm not a fan of them. I'm just saying that's the scenario he used.
It's a funny ass. Yeah.
To go from one point to the other. It's like
one extreme to the next.
You went too far.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, we're just existing here. I just think it's crazy.
We're treading water. Everyone's treading water. We're not drowning.
Well, let me tell you this.
But we ain't sitting up on no island.
But it ain't about us. It's actually bigger than us, chap.
Yep.
And let me explain. BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. They're 3.3 billion people in population, or 3.5 billion, one or the other. And America is 325 million people now. Right, we are, and plus Latin America, we have a friend in Colombia. They were our number one ally in Latin America. Colombia was, and they just elected a democratically elected government, which we had over a conservative, over a right wing guy, and that's the first time that's happened in a long fucking time. We have 9 military bases in Colombia, so we're losing that. It looks like.
We have 9 military bases
in Colombia.
Just in Colombia?
Just in Colombia. Yeah.
We have 9 military bases in Colombia?
Bro, we have 800 in it, almost 1,000 if you include black sites all over the world.
Right.
It's fucking crazy.
Wait, what? 1,000 bases?
Military bases.
Really?
Yeah, if you include the black sites, yeah. It's almost 1,000. It's like in the 900s.
Yeah.
I did not. I mean, I knew we had a lot, but I didn't realize it was that many.
Bro.
I didn't realize we policed the world. Yeah.
Well, that's just
all we've ever done.
That's just
didn't
it.
Our
so my point is,
skills change throughout the years because how did we ever negotiate that? Like back in the day, we
didn't.
No,
we just were lucky that World War II didn't happen in America. We rebuilt our army while they were rebuilding their countries.
How long
and that's
ago
how
was
we
the first base that we built out of the country? I mean, it must have been like early 1900s.
That's a good question.
Early 19.
That's a good question, brother.
Hundreds, I guess.
I don't know. I know the Monroe Doctrine went into play back then. The Monroe Doctrine was.
I don't know what that is.
It's motherfuckers can't come over here because of the
somebody named Monroe.
Oh man, what was
Monroe said no.
Oh my God, my history's all over the place. Anyway, yeah, but the Cuban, that's why it might have been the Cuban Missile Crisis but I thought it was before. I thought it was
Cuban
way
Missile
before.
Crisis. That was all. What's his
name? That was 1962.
Kennedy.
That was JFK.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think about when the Monroe Doctrine came into play. I think it was before that even. I don't. Anyway, yeah, we've talked about enough. How long are we on?
About an hour.
Shit, that went fast.
It's easy. It's easy to talk.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy how
when you talk about good topics and you have things to talk about. Now, I mean, if you sit down.
Well, we don't even have nothing to talk about. We just talked for a little bit. We didn't even talk about anything just now.
We just were BSing.
We didn't say anything. Yeah, we literally didn't talk about anything just now.
You want some current events or something?
Yeah, what's trending? Let's do that. Let's do that for this next half hour or so.
Let me see.
Let's do this. What's trending? Let's just pick it.
Yeah, just pick it.
Orca whales maul a great white shark in the oceans of South Africa.
What the fuck?
Hey, orcas are killer whales.
Orcas are crazy, though.
Yeah, they kill sharks, dude.
They're beasts, bro.
Do you guys see here recently, I think some lady...
Orca will fuck you up.
Some lady teacher from California. I don't know if she was in California when this happened, but she was swimming on a beach, and then there was like a seal or a bigger... I don't know. You know how like those elephant seals get really big? Well, this was a really big animal, and its pup was close to it, and she was out there just swimming like for exercise early in the morning, and this thing started like roughing her up, and she did get out, but she was rescued by guys in waist deep water because she was holding her breath forever, and the thing would like lunge on top of her.
Yeah.
It was
a wild animal.
It was trying to hurt her, and and it was pretty gnarly.
Yeah,
I saw that. That's
never good.
No, that's not good.
What about the lady that was jogging and a tree fell on her and it killed her?
That's not very.
That was a while ago, but that's like sucks. Like
that does suck. She was trying to get in shape and shit. And a tree falls on her.
Yeah, I'm down, feeling good about myself.
Hey, see, now that's why I don't jog.
It's just one of those stories that
could happen to me.
It's just one of those stories that stands out to me. That's like, yo, appreciate it all, man, because you never know. Anything could happen.
I know.
It's totally unpredictable, and especially in today's society where everybody's got like 8 guns.
Yeah, this is interesting.
If that happened, that happened. But in today's society, where we're at,
they would catch a stray bullet at Publix.
They would put that on a TikTok video, and they would be like, "Oh," and they would play the tuba.
Fatality.
They would play the tuba from The Price Is Right, and it's like your life didn't mean shit, and everyone's gonna get a laugh out of that. Really?
They do.
Oh, it's all about my views.
We're so pathetic.
People
should make
more
so
money.
Pathetic.
Sad.
So you think people should make more money? Here you go. Cast members from Disneyland describe skipping meals, sleeping in cars, and doing sex work to survive. So they're not
shit.
They're not making enough at Disney.
They're not making enough at Disney.
So
there was a protest
fucking in their cars in the parking lot.
There was a protest that nobody covered. Why we watched January 6th? Because they don't want you to see those people.
Blowjobs hurt my jaw.
They said they were crying. This one lady said she was living in her car. She didn't talk about sex work, but it might have been something like that going on. But dude, they got a $500 million bailout. And they fired 28,000 people or some shit like that, dude, when they were supposed to hire people to clean the parks with fucking money. Bro, it's all... They got to make profits. You got to keep your shareholders... Happy. So much so that your shareholder... Did you know this? Your shareholder could sue you if your stock drops too much. Did you know that?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I found that out not too long ago, and I was like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I could sue you if I'm an investor and got a lot of stocks and you suffer too much. Well, fuck you because I'm suing you now, bitch, because I suffer. Man, the rich get it all, dude. If you got, you get.
Yeah, they must be really happy.
No, man. That's the thing.
I'd be happy if I was rich.
For so long, man.
You know, everybody says you're not going to be happy if you're rich because money doesn't buy love. Well, guess what? I could love myself for $1 billion. No,
man. Happiness.
I'm happy with a billion.
All you'll learn from having money
care.
is
I'm gonna
money
stick
doesn't
with
buy
that.
you happiness.
That's
all you learn.
I was talking to my friend today, and I was talking about the Mega Millions, and I was like, dude, I wish I would have won that. Oh, well, money ain't make you happy, Danny. Like, yeah, the fuck it
That's
would,
good
dude.
advice, dude.
$1 billion? I would be happy enough.
I know it would.
No matter what
I'd
you
be
do,
happy enough.
you don't have to ever worry about money. You can go into a 7-Eleven. There's no reason to look at numbers. It's just Sour Patch Gummies, this Slurpee, how much? $14.04, and I'm gone.
Who won $1 billion?
All you can think about is a Slurpee.
I'm simply saying money. It doesn't matter.
I get you.
If you're paying $18 for a ham sandwich,
every time you went to 7-Eleven, every time you went to the bar, every time you went out to eat, you could buy like everybody in the restaurant. While you're there, you could get it for everybody.
I'm glad you would do that.
Still,
you could
have enough money forever, and you can do that like every day.
And I'm glad you would do that because that's awesome, and that's why I love you.
I'm not saying I would do that, but you could.
But what
for $1 billion,
yeah,
I would be.
I'll
pretty
do
generous.
it every time
I'd
too.
be pretty generous.
Even if you took 300 million of it,
you can't mess that up.
No, you can't fuck that up, dude. Anyway, the human condition. We get used to things very easily.
Yes.
Money is no different. Once you have it and it's in place, no matter how much you of course you're going to go have some fun and smell all the good hotel rooms and have all the best steaks and everything.
I would be smelling hotel rooms if I had that much money.
All kinds of, well, when you go to the rich ones, that's what you're doing. You're smelling it. Like I just went and ate at the Dolphin at the fucking Disney place. Jesus Christ, dude. The snapper with the fucking lobster claws, topped with lobster claws. Yeah. Okay. That kind of shit.
Where was this at?
It's at it's the Swan, right? And one side's the Swan and one side's the Dolphin or some shit. I was at the Dolphin side.
Okay.
Anyway, point being, you get used to things really easily. And that's why I'm like, man, all this extra money is pointless, dude. This is different than just the Great Depression or something like that because they weren't on they didn't have an environmental thing looming. They didn't know anything about that then. And we also didn't have, things like viruses weren't that bad either. It was like, okay, we still can handle this stuff. We got this.
Hey,
maybe
that's the rule that we should implement to make it fair for everybody. Is you can only be rich.
They didn't have nuclear bombs.
It's like a term limit, right? So hey, you're a billionaire. That's nice. You made that money. Capitalism, blah blah blah, whatever. But you can only be rich for 10 years, buddy. Then we're gonna take all your shit.
That's a movie. It's called Brewster's Million.
Right. Is it? And then same thing for poor people,
with
right?
Richard
Like,
Pryor.
hey, you've had nothing for quite a while. We're gonna give you a shitload of money, but spend it wisely because you only got so much time, and then it flip flops again.
We live in a consumer.
Is that what that movie was like? Something like that.
He had in Brewster's Million.
Is that the one with Dudley Moore?
No. This one has Richard Pryor, and it has what's his name, Uncle Buck, big white guy. Comedian. John Candy. John Candy.
Yeah.
And he had to spend like $30 million in 30 days, and he could have and you can have nothing to show for it.
That's right.
Right.
You have to spend $30 million in 30 days, and you can have nothing to show for it when you're done.
Yeah,
and if you can pull this off, you're going to get $300 million.
Yeah.
And the first thing he did is he wrote back the letter, and he went to that stamp store and he bought that upside down plane, and the stamp was $1,100,000. And the guy, he goes, yeah, that's fine, perfect. He stuck it on the thing and mailed it. He goes, we're down to 28 something. Like, I mean, you remember the rules are you can't have anything to show for it.
Yeah.
So everything he was doing was spending money on the large scale, but it was pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
Like classic movies.
Brewster's Millions was good.
I love old school.
That's back when he did the toy too.
The toy. That's a great movie.
Wonder Wheel.
Yeah. Wonder Wheel. Wonder Wheel.
Don't do this to me, Wonder Wheel. Oh, deflating on him.
Oh yeah. He's like, there's piranhas in there. Ain't no piranhas in this.
Oh yeah, he gets all beat up.
He was running around.
That's a good movie. I need to show my kid that movie.
This toy's a really good.
It's got what's his name on it? The guy that played in Smoking the Bandit, the cop, Jackie Gleason.
Yeah, Jackie
Gleason's the dad.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
It's a good movie.
My
really.
boy
Yeah,
has
Toy's a
taken
really
a
good
liking
movie.
to you, and it doesn't matter what the cost. I'm willing. And he's like, well, I'm not for sale. It's just like, oh my god, the stuff that he was put himself.
I
into.
want my toy, Daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like holy.
He wasn't having it. But hey, on the
That
reels,
kind of
though,
movie
I do
wouldn't
have to
come
go.
out.
Yeah, man. I think we could wrap it up. Yeah, dude. It's late. Let's do this.
By
Let's get the
time-
fuck out of here.
I got to pick up a pizza for Andrew.
It's perfect anyway. We'll get out of here and figure out what's
All
going
right.
on.
Dude, I always feel like I told Corey, just because of the hour and 15 minutes we talked last time, this venue and just like to sit here and talk with people about topics.
Dude, we could
and stuff,
talk for 8 hours.
Yeah, he knows.
We'll make these a little bit longer, man. If we pick up these BS in episodes, we'll see what happens.
It's all good.
It went really smooth tonight, man. It was a good conversation with you guys, like
I was
always.
saying, we all just got to feel each other out and know that, there's a format that we want.
You do want to fill me out, don't you?
Stop it. How much does that pay? You normally play double for that in Vegas. I know that. Remember Sin City we talked about earlier? I want to go back. I know it's good. Why?
Dude, there was
Sin
a chick
City,
that came
baby.
up when I was there, man, and she just started telling me shit. And she was right about every fucking thing, dude. And she was like, if you come with me, I'll tell you more. And I was just like, I was going somewhere, and I was like, ugh.
My brother Chris called me
It
from
was
there.
fucking weird, though, man. She hit, like, all kinds of shit.
My brother Chris called me from Vegas. He goes, I just won $2,600 playing the line in craps. All he said, I just played the line. He goes, I just left McDonald's. I bought 100 nuggets. I ate about 22 of them and just dipped. I was like, that's the kind of shit you do in Vegas when you win. He said, all of my friends were like, man, I don't want no damn nuggets. He goes, what the hell are we going to do?
You know
with
what
them?
I was disappointed about when I went there?
What?
Jack in the Box. Or not Jack in the Box. What's that burger place?
Jack in the Box.
No, it's something.
What are you talking about? In-N-Out Burger?
In-N-Out Burger.
Yeah.
That's not as
That
good
is-
as people
it's
said it
saying-
was.
And Out Burger's not good in Vegas. You would think that place would be good.
Dude, I've heard legend tales. This is why I'm like not about anything
Thought
anymore.
In-N-Out in Vegas was always good.
Everybody fucking
Tommy burgers
the
are
whole
In-N-Out are
time
all
they're
over
like,
Cali.
dude, you got to get to the West Coast and try some In-N-Out Burger, dude. So I'm like, all right,
Looking
all
forward
right,
to- yeah.
dude. I went there and I was in Vegas and I went to the In-N-Out Burger and I'm like, McDonald's is better than this shit.
Yeah.
And McDonald's is trash. Fuck this shit, man. They have one thing on the menu. It's the burger. And either you want
They
cheese
just
on
get
it
you
or
to
not.
come,
And
they got
then
clever
fries. And that's it, dude. That's it. I'm like, where's the menu? They're like, that is the menu. And I'm like, oh, man, this burger's going to be good. And I was like, man, this burger's going to be fucking money.
And it was just
Dude.
mediocre at best.
It was a fucking patty and cheese and a fucking burger, dude. And I'm like, this is what people were hyping up. Five Guys fucking fucks that one in the ear hole.
Everything in society now is really sucking hind tit. I mean, I went to a
Yeah.
Smoothie
You know
King
why that
to
is?
get a smoothie.
You know why
and
that is?
I paid $10.92 for the large 40-ounce smoothie, and that thing looked like
$10.
yeah, that's how much it cost.
You know why that is?
And it was like Pepto-Bismol, pink Pepto-Bismol. It had no consistency in it or nothing.
Yeah.
I told the guy, I went right by the counter and said, hey, bro.
It's no coincidence that things are getting worse. His roof, you should have seen what he went through to get his roof fucking done. Dude, it's no coincidence that the service and the quality of the things, which is called planned obsolescence, it's the reason your phone goes dead, your battery goes dead after a couple years, and you have to get a new one every fucking time. Otherwise, just give me a fucking battery I could put in there and charge it back up and keep using it. Same thing with smoothies. They got to find ways to make profit. So they're going to find ways to take away from everything, even your car. My girl has a Mercedes Benz and it rolls like shit. And she hates when I bring it up. But I'm like, baby, what is that twitching in your fucking thing? This thing should be humming. It's a brand new Benz.
Ethanol?
Huh?
Because it's ethanol. Because the ethanol gas.
I don't know what it is, Big Stackk. I just know that it's not running
Right.
like a typical fucking Mercedes Benz.
And she's probably paid. You're right. It's aggravating when you pay a professional to fix something for you, and when you get it back, you're like, it's not even right. And I
Right.
paid the money.
Right.
And it's not right. And then you take it back, and they're like, this isn't in there. Oh, well, you know, well, why do you think we're responsible? It's like, look, that's why when you go to mechanics, don't tell them what's wrong.
Oh,
Say,
yeah, everybody
just say,
sucks.
Yeah.
It's universal.
Every service.
It's horrible.
It's the profit motive.
Doctors suck. Everybody, any store you go to sucks.
Yeah.
The septic,
School
septic guy,
education sucks.
The roof guys.
Education. Public education.
I don't have too many complaints about my kid's school, but I mean, I guess it could always be better with that.
Well, what grade is she in again?
She's in second grade.
Second grade? Oh, she ain't learning nothing yet.
They are teaching them weird math stuff. Like
I want to know what her curriculum is later.
A little bit weird.
I want to know the curriculum later.
You do?
Yeah, when she gets older and fucking has to. I want to know what her history class is teaching her.
Well, good, because eventually I won't be able to help her with her homework, I guess.
What?
Well, I mean, in elementary school, I think I'm pretty good, but once she gets above that,
she seems like she's gonna be smart, and she loves the world, man. I fucking love what the stories he tells me about that shit. The story he tells me about that shit. She is smart. She's a smart cookie, dude, and she questions things, and that's what they don't want you doing, but. She's a smart girl. You could tell.
That's his daughter?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a documentary on Netflix right now about Mr. Rogers, and I was watching it, and it's like an hour and 14 minutes long. And Mr. Rogers was like visiting these children at this school, and Mr. Rogers always engages with children and doesn't he likes to talk to them for real, because even though they're children, they deserve the truth.
Right.
Well, this kid asked him, he said, Mr. Rogers, how did you get out of the TV? And Mr. Rogers said, oh, well, that's my job, and that's what I do. And I have that set, and y'all see the fantasy world that I make with the trolley and Mr. Al and King such and such his name.
Yeah.
And he says, it's this fantasy world. And he explained to the kid, and he says, does that answer your question? He goes, yeah, okay, I guess. And then he was asking a couple more questions. Our other kids were asking a couple more questions. And then he came back to that kid and he said, do you have another one for me? He said, I do. And he goes, what's your question? He goes, so how are you going to get back in?
Love it,
dude,
man.
Kids. They don't.
And see, that's what I'm. That's what I'm not gonna get.
That alone lets you know, dude, kids. Yeah.
I'm just lucky that Jackie doesn't want to have kids, because I don't want to have kids either. But the reason I don't want to have kids is not because I don't want to have kids. It's because I just feel like the times right now.
It ain't a good time.
It's so uncertain, man.
I apologize to Andrew all the time. I say, Andrew, I really feel bad to let you know.
I feel you, bro.
I had something.
Your world is getting. I don't feel like I'm handing this world off to you.
It's out of your control, though.
We're pushing the ball this way,
right.
and we got momentum, and things are going good, and I'm handing him a dumpster fire.
My vote doesn't even mean shit. They give us the presidents they want us to vote for. Whoever talks about that, it's the whole. We don't vote for Supreme Court. We don't bet for the vote for the Federal Reserve. All those motherfuckers are just unelected fucking officials. And we don't have shit about it. And dude, the whole system's fucking rigged. And the faster people could figure that out, the better off we'll be. And the more they won't be hating their neighbor, they'll start to love thy neighbor.
Yep.
And you can't figure it out fast enough. So anyway, yeah, let's get the fuck out of here. Saturday, man. Good talk, guys.
Yep,
good talk. Here we go. Guys, thanks for tuning in. We're out.